Let me tell you something right now, and I want you to hold on to every single word like your life depends on it, because in a way it does. And the reason I say that is because I have seen too many people go to their graves with their dreams still inside them, because somewhere along the way, they allowed someone else's opinion to crawl inside their mind and take root and choke out the seeds of possibility they once carried in their hearts. And I refuse to let that be your story. That be your story. I refuse to let you become another casualty in the war between belief and belief and intelligence. Single one of us is born with greatness inside. We are born with potential that is beyond our imagination. But here's the problem. Most people never live to see that greatness come alive because they hand over control of their future to people who can't even manage their own. And those people speak words that sound like advice but are really chains disguised as concern. They'll say things like, be realistic, don't get your hopes up, you're not cut out for that. And if you're not careful, those words will slip past your defenses and become part of your identity, and you will start to live smaller and smaller. Without even realizing it, you will stop reaching. You will stop trying. You will stop dreaming. And before long, you will convince yourself that this is all life has for you. And I am here to tell you that is a lie. And the most dangerous thing about that lie is that it often comes from people you love. People you respect, people who truly believe they are protecting you from disappointment, but in reality what they are doing is projecting their own fear, their own limitations, their own failures onto you, and you cannot allow that to happen. You have to understand that someone else's opinion is nothing more than their personal perspective shaped by their experiences, their successes, their failures, their wounds, and their beliefs. And none of that determines what you are capable of, because your story is not their story. Your journey is not their journey. Your dream was not given to them, it was given to you, and only you can decide what to do with it. So you have to guard it like treasure. You have to protect it from the thieves of doubt and the robbers of belief. You have to stand firm when the voices come. And they will come telling you you're not enough, telling you you're too old, too young, inexperienced, too different, too late, telling you that the dream is too big and the odds are too high. But you must stand there with your shoulders back and your chin up and declare in your heart and out loud, if you have to that, you will not let someone's opinion become your reality. Understand that most people speak from the rearview mirror. They tell you what can't be done because they tried once and failed, or worse, they never even tried. And so they wrap their fear in the package of advice and hand it to you, hoping you will accept it. But I'm telling you, you've got to send it. Back return to sender. Refuse to sign for that delivery because it does not belong to you. And when you start to do that, when you start to reject the opinions that do not align with your destiny, you will feel something shift inside you. You will feel the weight lift. You will feel the fire return. You will start to see possibilities again. You will start to dream bigger again. And you will find yourself moving in the direction of your vision, even if no one else is moving with you. And that is the moment you know you have taken back control, because the truth is, you don't need a crowd to believe in. You just need one person, and that one person is you, because when you believe in yourself deeply enough, when you feed your mind with faith instead of fear, when you surround yourself with voices that speak life, instead of death, you become unstoppable and opinions become irrelevant. They become background noise while you are composing the symphony of your own destiny. And the thing about noise is that you don't have to fight. Just have to tune it out. You have to shift your focus so intensely on your goal that the chatter around you fades into the distance like static on an old radio. You don't stop every 5 steps to answer every critic. You don't pause your race to explain your vision to people who have never run a mile in their lives, because the more time you spend defending your dream to people who can't see it, the less time you spend building it. And dreams are not built on debate. They are built on action. They are built on consistency. They are built on the unshakable decision that no matter what anyone says, you will keep moving forward. And I know it's not easy. I know there will be moments when their words sting, when their laughter cuts deep, when their disbelief makes you question your own belief. I know there will be nights when you lay in bed, replaying what they said, wondering if they're right. But I promise you those moments are the crossroads of your destiny, because in those moments you get to decide whether you will surrender to their opinion or stand up for your reality. And I'm telling you, you have to stand up. You have to push back. You have to look those moments in the face and declare that you are not here to live a life that fits inside someone else's comfort zone. You are here to stretch. You are here to grow. You are here to test the limits of what's possible for you. And you can't do that while carrying the weight of every opinion that comes your way. So drop it, drop the baggage, drop the labels, drop the need for approval, because if you live for their acceptance, you will die from their rejection. But if you live for your purpose, their rejection becomes irrelevant. It becomes nothing more than proof that you are doing something worth noticing, because no one throws stones at a tree with no fruit. They only attack what is producing. So if you're facing opposition, if you're hearing criticism, if people are doubting you, take it as a sign that you're moving in the right direction, and keep going with even more conviction, because your dream will not wait forever. Your potential will not sit quietly in the corner year after year. It will either come alive through your courage, or it will wither away through your hesitation. And the saddest thing in the world is not a life that fails. It's a life that never tried, so you have to try. You have to dare, you have to step out even when the ground beneath you feels shaky, because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is moving forward in spite of it. And the more you move, the stronger you become. The more you act, the quieter those outside voices get, because your results will start speaking for you. Your actions will become your rule. Your fence, your success will become your answer. And here's the beauty of it. When you start living this way, you won't even feel the need to prove them wrong anymore, because you'll realize they were never the point. Proving yourself right is the point. Becoming the person you were meant to be is the point. Fulfilling your potential is the point. And when you keep your eyes on that, the noise fades, the distractions lose their power, and you begin to live in a way that is so bold, so authentic, so unapologetic, that other people's opinions can't even find a place to land in your spirit. They just bounce off it. You like rain on a stone, and you keep moving forward, rain or shine, because you know that your life is too valuable to waste it on arguments with people who have already given up on themselves. And you know that the clock is ticking. Every second is a chance to step into more of who you are. And you are not about to waste those seconds waiting for someone else to see the value in you before you see it in yourself. And when you truly grasp it, you start to realize that there is nothing more dangerous to the doubters than a person who no longer needs their permission, because that kind of person becomes a force of nature. They become a storm of persistence, a flood of determination, a fire of passion that can be extinguished. And you, my friend, have that within you right now. And the thing you have to understand is that every single day you wake up, you're being presented with a choice to live by design or by default. And most people choose default because it's easy, because it requires no confrontation with their own fears, because it lets them blame the world instead of building themselves. But you can't afford to be most people. You've got to decide that your life will be a deliberate act of creation, that every step you take will be in service of your vision. And that means you will have to walk alone. Sometimes it means you will have to be misunderstood. It means you will have to smile while people doubt you. It means you will have to clap for yourself when no one else will, because waiting for their applause will delay your destiny. And let me tell you, the applause will come, but it comes after the work. Not before. It comes after the sacrifice, after the nights you worked when others slept, after the mornings you got up before the sun, after the countless rejections and false starts and moments of wondering if you're even moving forward at all. It comes when you refuse to give up long enough for the world to catch up to what you already knew about yourself. And by the time it comes, you won't even need it, because your confidence will no longer be dependent on anyone else's approval. And that is freedom, real freedom. Because now you can move without fear of loss. You can speak without fear of judgment. You can act without fear of failure. And that's when you start living. See, failure isn't the end. Failure is simply the proof that you were brave enough to try. And every time you try, you get better. Every time you take a step, you grow stronger. And the people who laughed, the people who doubted, the people who said you couldn't will either fade into background or be standing there in disbelief as you walk into the life they said was impossible. And here's something I want you to hold on to. They're not your enemy. Their disbelief is not your enemy. Your only real enemy is the voice inside you, that says maybe right, maybe I can't, maybe I shouldn't, Maybe I'm not ready, and you've got to silence that voice with action. You've got to drown it out with the sound of your own footsteps moving toward the goal. You've got to bury it under the evidence you create by showing up day after day, doing the work, Bill. The skill sharpening the mind, strengthening the will, because let me tell you something, skill will get you in the game, but persistence will keep you there. Talent might open the door, but consistency will keep it from closing, and that's where most people fail, not because they weren't capable, because they weren't smart enough, but because they quit too soon. They stopped before the breakthrough. They gave up in the valley and never made it to the mountaintop. And you can't let that be. You've got to push when it's heavy. You've got to keep going when it's slow. You've got to believe. Looks hopeless because every storm ends every night, turns into morning, and every seed you plant in faith will grow if you keep watering it with your actions and your belief. And the day will come when what you've been working for suddenly appears in front of you, and people will call it overnight success, but you will know it was years in the making, and you will smile because you'll remember the nights of doubt, the days of struggle, and you'll know that the reason you made it is because you refused to let someone's opinion stop you from walking your path. And that path is still in front of you right now, waiting for you to take the next step. And maybe it's scary, maybe it's unclear, maybe it's filled with uncertainty. But so what? So is staying where you are. So is living a life that doesn't belong to you. So is waking up every day, knowing you could have been more, but chose to be less. You're going to face fear either way. You might as well face the fear that comes with growth. You might as well choose discomfort that leads to expansion, because comfort zones might feel safe, but they're really prisons with invisible bars, and every day you stay inside them, you make the walls thicker until one day you can't even see the world outside. But the moment you step beyond them, even a little, you start to see that the walls were never real. They were built from opinions, from doubts, from fears that didn't belong to you. And once you see that you can't unsee it, you can't go back to pretending you're stuck, because you'll know the door was open the whole time. And the only thing you ever had to do was walk through it, and that is the power you have right now. Not next week, not next year, right now. And the question is, will you take it? Will you step into it? Will you own it? Because the world isn't going to hand you your dream wrapped in a bow. The world is going to test you. It's going to challenge you. It's going to going to see how bad you want it. And that's why most people don't get it. Not because it's impossible, but because it's inconvenient, because it requires sacrifice, because it asks for more than they're willing to give. But if you are willing to give more, if you are willing to stay longer, if you are willing to endure the lonely nights and the unanswered calls and the moments when it feels like nothing is working, then you will have something most people will never taste: the satisfaction of knowing you stayed the course until the dream became reality. And let me tell you, once you've tasted that, you will never again be satisfied with living by someone else's script. You will never again hand over your pen and let them write your story, because you will know you are the author. You are the creator. You are the one with the power to take an idea from your mind and bring it into the world. Is the most dangerous kind of person to the status quo, because once you've done it once, you know you can do it again and again, and there's nothing anyone can say to stop you, because your belief is no longer borrowed, it's owned, it's rooted, it's unshakable. And when you live like that, become the proof for others that it's possible. And maybe they'll still doubt, maybe they'll still criticize, maybe they'll still have opinions, but none of it will matter, because you'll be too busy living your life to listen to their commentary. And that, my friend, is what freedom tastes like, and it's so available to you the moment you decide that no opinion will ever be stronger than your conviction.